Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you have a Taurus ascendant, a Gemini moon, and a Cancer sun, then this is your video. So you have your rising or your ascendant degree in fixed earth ruled by Venus, and this is archetype of the builder. You have your moon, which is a very conflicted moon, not a good position. Moon is cold and moist. This is a dry zone, air zone. Uh, moon does not have dignity in their sign, so this is not a good placement for the moon. Very dualistic. Okay, and moods could really fluctuate, and Gemini is yang, whereas Taurus was yin, feminine, and Gemini is yang, and it is air. And remember, air scatters like nothing else, and it's mutable. So adaptable air that can adapt to different shapes and shift. And also Gemini can be very impressionable and very gullible. Okay, so you have your sun, and this is second house moon, so it's connected to your resources. Okay, now you have your sun in the third house, which is Cancer. Cancer is cardinal water, ruled by the moon herself. Okay, and of course the sun is not comfortable in the cold, moist, womb watery zone of Cancer. But before I begin, I want to tell you something, that the Taurus Cancer combination can make you very fertile. So if you keep that in mind, because you can get pregnant very easily, and you can get someone pregnant very easily. Think of when earth and water mix, and cardinal water wants to create. Okay, it's quick moving, it wants to start things, and this fixed earth. So automatically there's this fecund clay that is formed, and the insemination becomes very easy. So very fertile energy, this. Okay, now cardinal water ruled by moon, that is where your sun is. Now let us understand the ascendant. So the degree of the zodiac, rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth, is your ascendant degree, and the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. So the rising sign is also automatically the first house. It is how you are plugged into the 3D matrix. It is known as the helm of the natal chart. The first house is the most you part of the natal chart. Okay, it describes you. Your constitution, your physical body, what you look like, your gestures, your psychological makeup, your health-wise constitution, and so much. Okay, the ascendant is the first point of touch that the soul makes with the 3D. And to understand the soul karma of your ascendant is really key to figuring out why you have incarnated. And you have incarnated under the watchful gaze of Venus. And Venus is how we enjoy the world through our five senses. She's our desire principle. So you definitely have a lot of desires of buying, wearing nice clothes, shopping, going out, having that perfect house, having that perfect car, having that perfect look. Taurus ascendants are very beautiful, and with the sun in Cancer in the third house, you could be very beautiful, very feminine the way you dress, but conventional, because both Taurus Cancers are ultimately traditionalists. Gemini is not, but both these signs are traditionalists. So you dress traditionally. Ascendant is how you want the world perceives you, and sun is how you want the world to perceive you. Okay, and this harmonious sextile aspect there. Taurus and Cancer are friends. So having a Taurus ascendant, when you walk into a room, people see you're creative. People see you want to build. Endurance is with you. Okay, you want to build something, and endurance is with you. You can work hard, long hours. You don't complain. You're very fixed in your approach. But this stubbornness can have its shadow as well. You could be the shadow side of Taurus is selfishness, possessiveness, too much getting enmeshed into the 3D desire world that you do not understand there's a world of spirit, and that nothing is permanent, because Taurus, the builder, is so keen to root and build that does not want to think about that all this is ephemeral, all this is transient. Okay, Uranus is probably teaching you that lesson, but you're actually rooting deeper with all these problems that are happening. Think of yourself as the oak tree. When the oak tree knows that, okay, there's an imminent storm coming, it starts to root deeper. And if these storms become incessant, they all the oak trees together root deeper. That's what is going on with you, Taurus. Even your physical, Taurus ascendant, your physical appearance could also change with Uranus on your sign. Even your sexual orientation could open up, of course, because this is such a powerful energy after 84 years. You hate change. You have a very careful, methodical approach to you, being a Taurus ascendant. And people see that methodical approach, okay? But you're very consistent, unlike that Gemini moon of yours, which is very inconsistent. But you don't like change. So that you see, and you can be very angry. See, but what happens when the bull sees red? You can get angry. You can be very controlling. But you love food. Develop too close a relationship. You can put on weight. Taurus, if you put on weight and you have that Cancer sun, it'll be difficult for you to lose weight. I can tell you that. Right? And Taurus also loses the throat and thyroid. So any imbalances with the thyroid, boom, weight again. Right? But your voice is very attractive. And because you have the third house Cancerian sun, the way you communicate with people is very emotional, okay, very emotional and very beautiful. The way it all adds up because it's sextiling your ascendant, you know. You with your Taurus, you definitely like to be very tactile, you like to touch, you like to please in bed, you don't like to hurry. Your lesson is to remember that there's a life out there, there's a world of spirit, because Taurus is also about spiritual awakening. Now that moon in Gemini in the second house of income and resources could mean many things. The moon is the mother, the moon is our emotions, it's our childhood, it's our ESP imagination, our clairvoyance, clairaudience, the embodiment of our mysteries, our menstruation cycles, and all of that. And the moon is a very deep, personal, psychological part of us, okay? And it's how we were nourished, childhood, how we were nourished. So having a moon in hot Gemini, cardinal air Gemini is not a comfortable place. Very, very dualistic, and here the moon is as unstable as it can get, and the moon also fluctuates all the time in the sky, and Mercury also fluctuates all the time in the sky. And when it goes retrograde, Gemini moons, you will feel it, okay? And this gives you a tremendous anxiousness, because Gemini, the two twins, duality. Taurus rules the throat, right? And then immediately you come to Gemini, you have the body splitting into two, duality. Forget the twins of Gemini. Look at what happens to your body when you come into Gemini. It splits into two. Your arms, your lungs. So, you know, if you're smoking a lot with your Gemini moon and your anxiousness, then, you know, that's not good for your lungs. Also, a lot of unused energy, because Mercury is the energy of a teenager. So very impulsive, inconsistent, nimble, agile, very scattered, your emotions. You're here one moment, you're there again, you're there again, you're there again. You break down, you start laughing. It's a cacophony of sounds, okay? It's mind going to a million, billion places, okay, thousands of places. Mind's just fluctuating, okay? Now, the thing with Gemini, the change is so heavy that Gemini sort of pollinates, okay? And it covers a lot of ground like air, because air scatters, okay? There's a very precocious, naughty, humorous side to the Gemini moons, okay? Very naughty side. It's yang, so your emotions are always going to be yang. You don't want to fret, and you don't want to, you know, drown in your emotions. You want to be quick with it. You want to pick yourself up, and you just want to go at it again. So that's something. But with a Gemini moon, what you have to understand is that you need to ground yourself. Grounding is very important, and Taurus ascendant should give you grounding. You have to see many things, of course, whether it's a day chart, night chart, who's the greater malefic, who's the greater benefic, and all of that. And the placement of Venus by sign, by house, and by aspects will tell you a lot. And same with your moon. Mercury is going to reveal to you everything about your moon sign. If Mercury is dignified, then you know you've got off. Mercury will help you in that zone, okay? Now there's a thing of, there's this energy that Mercury moons want to hack life. I've seen this also with Virgo moons, but more so with Gemini moons. They want to hack life, okay? Very clever, very intelligent, but that precociousness is there. Very naughty, mischievous, almost like a little boy. Or a little boy, I don't know. Girls can also be precocious, yes. But I just felt like saying little boy. Mercury maybe has a masculine association to me in my mind. Now your sun, which is, okay, you'll always be emotionally connected to your earning. Your mother may also be connected to your earning. Second house moon, okay, connected to earning. Now third house sun. Anyway, the third house is not a very powerful house where planets really shine, okay? It's not an angular house. So it's a cadent house where everything falls away. Again, you have the fourth house again, which is an angular house. So with the third house sun in Cancer, the sun is not dignified here. So it's not an ideal place for the sun. The sun is the father. The sun is our goals, our ambitions, not the Martian goals and ambitions. Sun is our soul goals. You know, it is a healthy sense of I am. Okay, it is how we shine. It's how we are as leaders. It is our vital prana that we have available. That is the sun. Sun in Cancer, it's not a good place because Cancer is watery, cardinal water, you know. It rules the breast and the stomach. It wants to nurture. And sun here cannot shine. Sun likes dry places, but very fertile energy. I told you this combination of Taurus and Cancer. Now, when you think of Cancer, you think of the beginning. You think of when you were in the waters of your mother's womb, in the amniotic fluid, the experiences you had, all of that was Cancer. Okay, that's why we have such a Cancer in the chart is the bottom of the chart. That's why it's the foundation. That's why it holds the whole chart up. Okay, yes, it may not be considered as one of those houses that give tremendous amounts of energy or power to the planet, but it is definitely something that supports. And Cancer or sons always find fulfillment with service, because here the archetype of Cancer is the mother and child, so nourishment, nurturing, caregiver. And you have that Gemini need to communicate, and you have the Taurus need to build. So I think NGO, social service, looking after even animals could be very effective for you, especially if you have that lack of compassion. You shouldn't, because you know Cancerians are very empathic, very psychic also. Having a third house sun, you could be in Cancer, you could be interested in healing and communicated to the world, because after all, third houses are, you know, our neighbors, our siblings. And sun there means you could have an older brother, and sun in the third house who was very important to you. Your father could have, in a sense, taken care of you also and been there for you, or of course depending on the moon, and the moon is not in a good position for you. So moon is in Gemini, you know, because you've got to see that ultimately the ruler of your moon is Mercury. So quick changing, quick moving. So I hope you like this video as much as I like making it for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Visit my website to book a reading. Thank you.